Hello everybody, in this video I want to show you a build that allows you to finish any level out there, daily trials, Apocalypse plus 20. I think as long as you are above 160 you'll be just fine. So basically, I mean you can be lower but it will take you much more time to finish. And this is, by the way, it's a slow one. It allows you to finish any level out there, but it might take you a long time. This is the main downside. This is what I personally don't do this. So I'm going to show you what you need is not what you see here. I'm going to change it in a second. What you need here is an armor with a snowball. All right. I'm going to put 2 mushroom here because I need a speed to use fighter's binding with shockwave to keep enemies away. If you don't have swirling, it's okay. Shockwave is the most important thing. Swirling can help. If you have swirling, great. And if you have radiance, is great as well. Although you can actually heal by eating enemies because I have a bow with Anima Conduit. But basically this is the armor that I'm using. It can be any other armor. The most important thing is that you have poison barrier and snowball. Any other thing that can help you, nice. If you find better armor with higher health but still have these perks, great. But again, I just choose one, doesn't matter for me. The most important thing is snowball and poison barrier. Poison barrier is kind of for emergency, or when you enemies, for example, pulls you in and you need to quickly attack and eliminate them, or there's a big enemy that can deal lots of damage. You want to use the gong and poison barrier to eliminate it. But other than this, again, if there aren't, the idea is to control the fight, have crowd control, and not let enemies actually fight you. I actually finished Lost Settlement here 168 using this one because I tested it, and it works just fine. It was so easy. The only thing you need to do again is just make sure that you kind of take a group of enemies. Don't fight big groups unless there's a spawn of enemies of big groups. You can do this by just staying far, using the fighter's binding to eliminate them. But try to stay away and try to kind of pull enemies towards you and try to kind of stun them and deal damage. You're gonna see here how I actually do this. This is actually kind of a really tough start. But it's actually good to demonstrate what we can do here. So you see, it takes a lot of time because some enemies every generation. So what I need to do is basically just jump in with a gong and eliminate them. And if there's electrified there or anything, I'm just dead. So the best thing to do is kind of wait for the potion for the cooldown, and then use potion barrier and gong and mushroom in order to quickly eliminate this group of enemies. Because as you can see, I can hit the right one. You see it continues generating health. So this will be a really big issue if you try to do this. You can just stay there forever, and we don't want that. So in this situation, you wait for the cooldown. You can have, by the way, an armor with faster cooldown, minus 40%. If you have one, great. So you can use it more often. But I do activate it, go in and eliminate them, and that's it. Right? But again, you're going to be in different situation. The most important thing is stay away from enemies, hit them from far. Unless you see that it's hard to eliminate, you go and engage. And you see the snowball actually stun enemies, and if you stay there, enemies can't move because they're going to stun them. Continue to stun them every 1 second. So if you have 2 enemies, it's great. 3 enemies, you probably, by the time you have another enemy, you probably be able to finish most of them. But the idea is to stun enemies and attack them. If they are stunned, you can go and melee them. Here you can actually see it works amazingly well. So it doesn't matter if it is an exploder or if it's electrified. If you stun them, you have the advantage. You can do whatever you want for them. Just don't get near the electrified. Try to hit it from far away with your shockwave. So basically this is it. And I tried it in many Apocalypse plus 20. And it works amazingly well. I tried it in this daily trial of today, and it worked amazingly well. It was so easy. The only thing is that it takes a lot of time, and that's why I personally don't use it. I have better builds that allows you to finish levels faster, but this is a one that you can actually just use in order to finish any level out there. I think for most levels you find it very, very easy, and it's better just to try, fail 10 times, right? If you really want to get the gear, you really want to finish it, you don't mind spending like extra half an hour just to finish it. Again, it can be less, it depends on the level. This is the one for you. Again, snowball is the key here, but I use it again with fighter's binding, with swirling, radiant, and Shockwave. Shockwave is the most important one, as you can see, because it has a long reach and it can hit enemy from far away. So yeah, so this is kind of the key elements of this build. So I'm sure you have an armor that maybe has Snowball and Potion Barrier. You only need those two. Other ones you can choose other things that can make it easier for you. But overall, these are the ones that are most important, preferably one with high HP. And again, the Fighter's Binding, Witch, Shockwave, a bow with Animaconwy, so you can actually collect souls and heal. And 2 mushrooms and 1 gong. Works wonderfully. Try it out if you're having troubles doing the latest daily trials and see how it works for you. For me, it just worked fine. Very easy. Again, just it takes longer because you're just trying to fight a small group of enemies every single time. So again, thanks for watching, everyone. If you have any recommendation, other tips, other good builds which can make it easier for people who don't find the right gear to create a really good build and want to finish the latest general, the daily trials, which are hard in general, let me know in the comment section below. Hope you enjoyed this one. See you on the next video. Cheers. Bye bye.